It's Patricia. Yes. Once we start, I will. Okay. Alex is helping me to set up the YouTube, so we got it connected now. So just want to let you know what was going on. Teach me how to connect to YouTube. I think one or two other people are supposed to join. So maybe I'll explain a little bit about Zoom for those of you that haven't participated before. I plan to show a PowerPoint. So that means I'm going to share the screen. So the PowerPoint will take up a lot of space on the side. And then you will see us on your right side, down the side, but you can only see 4 people. Right now we have 6. So you won't. Okay, now Beth is joining. So you will see 4. And if you want to see me, because I'm going to be signing and talking at the same time. So if you don't see me, it has an arrow. You can move down, up, down to find me. I should be on the top. It should be. Okay? What happened? What happened? Also, I had Alex on FaceTime. He's gonna check the YouTube for me. So I might, if I need him, to just let you know there's a lot of things going on right now. Okay. For Beth. Yay! Hello, Beth. Ah. Also, Beth, I didn't tell you that we are live streaming to YouTube. You look lovely. It will mostly be the PowerPoint. I just wanted to make sure everyone was here before I started. Okay? My plan today is to show you what the Instant Pot can do. Pros and cons, and different features you can have with that. I'm gonna sign IP. I don't know if there's a sign. Is there a sign for Instant Pot? Can sign IP? Oh. Okay. What do you want me to sign? Okay, IP for this workshop. Instant Pot. Instant Pot. Instant Pot. Thing. Okay, I don't want space. Don't want. Okay. I also brought mine with me. I can do a little bit of demo too. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead. I'm not sure if more join, but I'm going to go ahead with PowerPoint. Sure. And there's one thing I learned that was new. Okay. Okay, I said it right. Sometimes you can see all of the PowerPoint, but I said it right. Perfect. Okay, there's really Instant Pot is a brand. The other companies make too, but just called electric pressure cooker. Instant Pot is our labeled brand. Okay? Now, this workshop, should I buy one? And also how it works if you not yet decide you want to buy one. I hope to show you if you feel this will benefit you or not. Understand, I'm not an expert. I've had mine for about 2 years and I love it. But as we go through, I will explain to you how I use it, what I like about it. There. Here, someone put this on their website. They were talking about old pressure cooker compared to today electric regular one. So that was an old one. And the quote said, "They don't make them like they used to." Maybe that's a good thing. I thought it was funny. Really old, I think 1920s or something like that. Electric pressure cookers. These are some other brands I saw on Amazon, Walmart, different websites, because other companies do make electric pressure cookers. So these are just some examples. Presto, Mueller, Ninja, okay, mine's not moving. Carol said her PowerPoint is not moving. Is your PowerPoint moving? Did you see? I'm sorry, Carol said her PowerPoint is not moving up. Yours is not moving? I have no idea. Mine still looks like you didn't cut the PowerPoint over here. It looked, I see all the slides downside. Is anyone on YouTube? No, it's fine. I'm sorry, Kill said now it's fine. Mine's not. Oh. Is it moving? Is it moving now? Yes. Is it moving now? Yes, okay. Then I will go back. Sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. For the people on YouTube, we couldn't see the PowerPoint moving, so hopefully we fixed it now. So I'm going to go back so you can see everything. Okay, so again, that brand Instant Pot is labeled their brand. Other companies make electric pressure cookers. They basically do the same thing. Okay, now this picture, now you can see it. The old-fashioned, probably 1920s. So that was on a website. Someone was explaining about the old compared to today have electric picking. Okay. And the quote said, they don't make like they used to. Maybe that's a good thing. Logging right on, not safe. These are just some other examples of electric pressure cookers. Checked on Amazon. Want to let you know that Instant Pot is not the only one, but that's their name labeled. So this shows Presto, Mueller, Ninja, just some other examples. Sometimes I've taught this class before and other people have bought a different brand. I don't know about them, but I just want to let you know they do have other options. I don't know how they compare. They do the same work as Instant Pot, same, I don't know. But I do want to let you know some have been recalled, some other companies. One from Instant Pot, I will show you one, but few from other brands. This one recently, November 2020, recently, friend sent it to me from Sunbeam. They call it crock pot on the front. But what happened was the lid was not on full. Then it would get hot with the food and it would leak out and burn people. This is from Instant Pot 2018, specifically that one. Others, no problems that I'm aware of. One website I read said that Instant Pot hasn't had problem, but that one, yes, 2018. And then that, their label name, how they spell with red O, their font, that on the front says Instant Pot. Why they promote it? Because it's 7 in 1 appliance. So I'm going to show you all 7 things can do. Pressure cook, slow cook, rice steamer, saute, yogurt maker, and warmer, keep things warm. First, make sure people understand pressure cooker. So the first picture is just a pot on the stove, food inside, lid, but if too high, the lid will, well, so that's just regular, no pressure, no. But second one, stove top. That's old fashioned, maybe 1950s. Okay, the lid is locked, it can't come out. Still not safe. How many of you do remember that kind? Some of you remember? Patricia remembers? Oh boy, I lost my notes. I lost my mouse. I can't move down. Okay, when I can't see the rest of you, so some people said grandma had one, but they're not really that safe. So yeah, some people well, grandma did. I don't remember grandma had one. Mom, I don't remember, but not really safe, dangerous, can burn easy. Lid can burn when you put in the can, so not really safe, not like electric, more safe. So that's when they created this. Plug in, plus a lid, lock. Very, very, very safe. And I will show you how it works, you know, the process. At the end, I will show you. And now you can use it as a slow cooker, or some of us call crock pot, where it stays for 4 hours to 8 hours. But I did some research before I put today. I already had information there, but I checked and I added more. And I learned that some people had studied the slow cooker, the heat of the Instant Pot compared to a regular crock pot, the temperature and the cooking time. So you really need to check other websites. I just typed in Instant Pot as slow cooker, put it in, found the website. So they explain how to use it. You can't just assume 4 hours. You need to look at their instructions. They talk about the temperature and the time. It needs to be in there. There is one link at the end of the PowerPoint, and I can send this to you who are involved when we're done. Oh, another comment I wanted to say is some people, they see the Instant Pot as a way of downsizing all their pots. You know, your cupboard's full. So some people buy the Instant Pot and get rid of their crock pot. They don't feel they need it anymore. That's a choice. I keep my crock pot. One reason sometimes go to an event, I want to bring it with me. But some people, they just don't want the extra stuff in their kitchen. Rice cooker too. Some people buy separate rice cooker, plug it in the wall. Some people cook on the stove different ways, but you can cook in the Instant Pot. And again, the idea, I checked websites to explain the best way to cook rice. Different kinds of rice will have different timer on the Instant Pot. So you will need to check websites. I did put one again at the end of the PowerPoint. I did put one website you can check. If you push the rice button, see in the picture, rice, I tried mine automatic to 12 minutes, but some of them were not even that long. So you can change the time, you can. But one check, depending on what kind of rice. Okay. Steamer, if you want to steam vegetables. Many of us on the stove put double boiler steamer, but you can do it in the Instant Pot, you can, but you need additional equipment. So I'm going to show you other called accessories that you can buy separate. I will show you what you get with the Instant Pot and then other things you can buy. The button for steam. Oh, I forgot I put it there. Okay, these are samples of steamer baskets. There's other options too, but I wanted to show you some ideas. The first one is metal, and it's two, so you can put vegetables and then add the second one and add different vegetables. Can do two vegetables at the same time. Yeah. My comment on that is it depends how long the vegetables take to cook, because some take 1 minute and some take 17 minutes. It really varies a lot. So some are close and similar, and some are not. So in my iPhone, I made a note page specifically for Instant Pot vegetables, because that's what I use it for most of the time, is vegetables. So I put the type of vegetable and then the time. Some of those vegetables I've done so many times, memorized, finished, but some I have to look back, remind myself how much time. So sometimes the double will work, sometimes not. I did buy the green one. I forgot where, but I've seen that. Amazon's always easy, but I've seen stuff. Kohl's, Ross, TJ Maxx, Marshalls. I've seen. I think Target has, Walmart has. Sometimes I see a little bit of variety of things you can buy. Okay. Satay, yeah, that picture on the right shows the pan we use on the stove. We pour in oil, we put in meat or vegetables, satay. But you can do it in the Instant Pot. It has the button says satay, so it only heats the bottom of the pot. When you go ahead and put your onions, garlic, cook, or if you're doing meat, you put the meat. Really, really easy, and it's all in one pot. I will show you later the idea of how it can be all in one pot, so you save on washing too many pots. Yogurt maker. Some people again buy yogurt maker. I used to make yogurt. Now I don't do dairy anymore. But I have the one picture with the little ones in there. I have that. So I used to make yogurt, but you can do it in the Instant Pot. I've also seen recipe for coconut yogurt. I haven't tried it yet, but that's another option. So can use the Instant Pot. Again, some people buy the Instant Pot and then they get rid of the extra stuff. They don't need it anymore. Idea. And then the warmer keeps the food warm. When you cook something and it finishes cooking, suppose it takes 10 minutes, finish cooking, the Instant Pot will automatically switch to warmer. Just keep it warm. If you're busy or forgot for some time, it's okay. It just keeps it warm. You go back and take care of it after that. You also can just warm up food on the warmer too. I haven't done that yet, but that is an option. So those are 7 things you can do. So I'm going to stop sharing for a minute to see if you have any questions at this point. Any questions so far? Robin. Thank you for asking. Let me. Robin asked about size. Yes, I know there's 3 sizes. The smallest, I think, was 3 quarts, pretty small. Mine is 6 quart. I feel that's good size for 2 people. Robin asked me for 2 people. 6 quart, good. 8 quart, more bigger. That 8 quart could be if you're a person who makes, like now, cold, make a lot of soup extra, pour it into your canning jars and put it in the freezer. I've had 6 quart. It's just me, but I'm happy with it. So I would recommend 6 quart. But if you're the kind of person that likes to make extra and freeze your food, you may think about 8 quart. Okay, Robin has another question. What was the last part? Oh, yes, yeah. If she asks if you buy 6 quart, but you only want to make half of the container, yes, yeah. What I do is I follow the recipe, what it says. Sometimes it makes more. The last part, I did put one recipe that I tried recently. One reason I put it there to explain how I cooked it, but also because vegan just happened. I found it looked good, but really, I could one meal finished, so it wasn't very much. So I thought to myself, next time I will probably double it. But um, the things that you probably would fill it up more will be soup. I would think more like soup, but most stuff you probably use about half of it. Okay, other, let me see. Okay, Beth, hold on 1 second because I can't see you very well. Okay, go ahead. Okay. 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 I'm going to repeat Beth's question for everyone. She said compare cook vegetables in the Instant Pot, cook on the stove, steam, steam, same, steam, same. Which, no, not me. Oh, she said I'm wrong. Oh, okay. Fine, fine. Oh, oh. I understand. Okay, okay, okay. So you want to compare the Instant Pot and the electric steamer. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I misunderstood a little bit. Okay, she wants to compare Instant Pot and electric steamer. Plug in the water, steam the vegetables. Honestly, I don't know. I've never owned an electric steamer. She asked vitamins, which holds more vitamins? You know, when you cook food, you do lose vitamins too. So, I'm saying vitamins, not vitamins. I'm on live today. I'm doing a bad job. Okay, so vitamins. You know, when you cook food, you do lose vitamins. So which is better? But I honestly can't answer that. I don't know. It's a very good question. I have cooked on the stove. I mean, I still do. I feel maybe on the stove has a bit more control if I only want to cook that vegetable a little bit. The Instant Pot, well, you can adjust the time. So I don't know, Beth, can you adjust the time on electric steamer? I'm not familiar with that. No, I was just curious. I honestly, it would be a good thing to research. You probably research. But girl, I never asked that before. Great question. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Other questions? Okay. Patricia. Artichoke. I've done it before. Casey asked me about artichoke. I've done that in the Instant Pot, yes. I follow the instructions. You need to cut off the top a little bit and put it in. I think it allows the heat and steam to get up inside. But I've done it before. It worked. It's good. Yes, Patricia. Yeah, yeah. I will explain the steps in using the Instant Pot later, and I can include the artichoke. Yes, yes. Okay. Better. Okay, then I'll go back to the PowerPoint. Okay, this is just one picture of accessories that you can buy. The orange is for if you mix up eggs and pour, easy to put into the Instant Pot. The red and blue are the rings. They're inside of the lid. That's what seals when you close it and lock it. So that keeps steam inside. You get one with the pot. There's one there, clear. Some people like to buy extra. I haven't yet, but I think it's a good idea. Why? The ring tends to smell. There are ways to clean it, but some people prefer one for dinner one for dessert is dinner strong smell, dessert sweet, light smell. The one. So some people like to buy extra and switch off their rings. The red is a spatula. Nothing really unique. I mean, you can use it for regular cooking, but people like it for an Instant Pot. The silver steamer, another example of steamer with two. And one thing you need to remember too, it has to fit inside of the Instant Pot, and you have to use this already there, but you can take it out to wash. Everything goes in here. Everything goes in there. So if you have the steamer, it goes in here. So it has to fit. So that means, depends on which size of Instant Pot you have. We talked about the 6-quart or the 8-quart. So that I knew my groom fit. So I knew that's like, oh, perfect. I measured mine, make sure I buy the right size. It has the pot lid. That is when you finish cooking, you can put that on, keep it warm, or if you bring it to a potluck, you put the lid on instead of the heavy, you don't have to. Just an option if it's something you wanted to buy. Below it has the Jello mold, but more, I mean, it looks like, but it's really for cake. Pour your cake batter. Yes, you can make cakes, you can make bread in the Instant Pot. I will show you some pictures. The next thing is a Frisbee. I don't know what it is. I just took the picture from the internet. It looks like a lid. Again, it looks like a lid. Another double clear, double cooking. Another steamer basket. Silicone gloves. The round pan for cake. And then the yogurt jars that you can set inside the pot. You make yogurt. Really, if you look online, there's many different choices. One time I did make bread here at the office when I was able to teach here. So I measured, I went to the store and I saw these. But again, I had to measure to get the right size. So I was able to buy the right size. Okay, now we're going to talk about pros and cons. First, pros. One, the Instant Pot is less messy than cooking on the stove. It doesn't boil over, so it's easy cleaner cooking. It's made from safe materials. This stainless steel. It saves time. it's cooked. You can cook dinner at the last minute too. If you ride home, oh, let's throw it in the pot. Alex, let you know my battery's low on my phone. It might go off. You can put the meat in your pot, and then set. You don't have to come back. Check. Stove, check. Burn or boil or what? Leave. And again, when it finishes that time, it will just switch to one. So if you forgot, it's still safe. You can also cook frozen. So if you have frozen meat, you can put it in. You just have to add maybe 2 minutes on the time, and it will work. It will work. So many people forgot to take out their frozen food. Then they can still go ahead and cook it last minute can. Okay. Saute, love this one because you can cook the sauteed part and then put in the rest and then close it, lock it, and cook until it's finished. For example, with spaghetti sauce, if you use meat, I know not all of you meat, but if you use meat, you can cook the meat and the onions good, finished, then add the tomato sauce, whatever else, spice, then lock it and set it for the right time, and it will finish cooking the sauce. One pot, finish. If you don't use meat, you can still do the same thing, whatever way. If you use tofu in your spaghetti sauce, same thing, it will work. You can brown your onions and your chicken, and maybe you add some more spice. Again, put on the lid, set it one pot, then one thing to wash later. Also, it's wonderful for soups and sauces. Dry beans, so easy. You don't have to pre-soak. However, I did a little bit of research again, more in depth than I did before. And one lady still recommended that you do the pre-soak because it takes out a lot of the gases in the beans. So it helps with your digestion. Excuse me, the starting. Yeah. So you may still want to, but many websites say, oh, you don't have to. It's really fast. You don't have to soak the beans. So that's up to you. Cooking time depends on the kind of bean. Varies a little bit, but anywhere from 10 to 35 minutes. That's all. I know I saw a website with times. I can't remember if I put it at last on the PowerPoint. I think maybe I put it there, but again, just Google online, look for that, can find. Hard cooked eggs. How many times do you cook eggs and the shell sticks and they don't come out right? There have been wonderful reviews online with the Instant Pot. You can cook the eggs for 10 minutes and they come out, they PR perfectly. That's what many people said. Again, I don't eat eggs. I think I did do it here in the office, though. One time I did cook to show people, and it worked. It worked. So that's a plus for those of you that eat hard cooked eggs. Okay. You can cook bread. Yeah. Cake too, muffins, as long as you have the right pan. With this one, it was just a full round loaf. I just got pictures on the internet, but you can look for cooking bread in the Instant Pot. But I have a funny story because I told you I did cook bread before, but this for bread here at the office. And I have a really bad habit of finding something online that looks great, but I don't try it at home first. I just, buy everything, bring it to the office, go ahead. So I had a group, maybe 6 people, not big group. I was teaching how to cook. So, and I wasn't fully reading the instructions. I was looking at what to put in the bowl. I mean, it's bread. Mix it up, pour it, put it in the Instant Pot, right? So I put everything in, poured, put, cook. Took a while. We were talking about other things related to Instant Pot while it cooked. Finished. It was very watery. It wasn't cooked through. Of course, because I didn't try it at home first, of course this happened. So I'm puzzled. So I told everybody, I'm sorry if I figure out the problem, then I'll contact you, let you know. So then later I went home, I was looking at the recipe again, reading carefully all of it. Oh, where the lady listed the ingredients, she put water. I did pour water into the batter, but when I read the instructions, the water was for the Instant Pot. Wasn't for the batter, but it was in ingredients. It was listed. That wasn't the right way to list. The water should not have been there. It wasn't part of the recipe. But I found out what my problem was, so now I can look back and laugh at my story. So make sure when you do bread or anything, you read the full instructions first. Okay, now we'll look at some cons. A big thing that you need to be aware of. I don't consider it a big negative once you know, but when the recipe says we'll cook in 35 minutes, that doesn't count for the buildup of pressure before it starts cooking. So I will show you some pictures so you understand about build up the pressure, but it will take anywhere between 10 to 20 minutes before it actually starts cooking. So now I'm used to it now. The recipe says we'll take 20 minutes. I think, okay, it'll be 30 to 40 minutes, automatic in my mind. So sometimes the recipe will say, oh, remember 10 to 20 minutes. for pressure, but many times they don't say that. So it's up to you. Again, read and learn all help you to understand. So it comes up to pressure, then it starts to cook the food. And I will show you the time until you know it's finished cooking. Then that pressure inside needs to be released. Depending on the recipe, can be 10 minutes. I'll explain why 10 minutes, why. I will explain to you when I show you other slides. So again, the time can be longer than the recipe actually said. Okay. You must remember to close the vent. Put my room baking. Just press it. Let me finish. This, it moves really easy. This, that's your vent. So when you close the lid, you have to close the vent. Because if you forget, and common for people to forget, if you forget to close it, then when it's warming up, it will just leak out. It won't build up the pressure. So you have to remember to close it. If you walk away, come back, it's not cooking, what happened? You may have to start all over again. So I've really gotten into a good habit of closing the vent. I really miss that. You kind of develop a routine when you use it. Also, remember that milk will curdle. So if you're making like a soup or a sauce that requires milk, normally you wait until it's finished. You open it up and then you add the milk. Because if it cooks too long in the food, it will curdle. Okay, words that you need to know. One is pressurized. Pressurized, that's when you build up the pressure until it starts cooking. Natural release, when that food is finished cooking, you have two options. One is natural release and one is quick release. I noticed most recipes use quick release. What that means is you have to open the vent. Okay, so it's still locked. You have to open, move it, and then the steam comes out. Okay? Don't use your hand. Don't use your hand. You will burn yourself. Okay? But if the recipe says natural, you leave it locked. Leave it. So it will finish cooking. It will switch to warm, and then you just leave it. Just leave it. And itself will slowly. Normally it will tell you how much time I cooked carrot soup last night. it said natural, leave it natural for about 10 minutes. So I just left it and went back and checked. Sometimes natural, maybe 10 minutes, still not ready to open. I just show you how, when you know what's ready to open. Okay. Then I go ahead and do the quick release to what's left. A little bit. So, okay. And denting. Denting. Okay. So I'm going to go back to groups so you can ask questions. I'm not finished, there's more, but give you a chance to ask questions. Okay, questions? Okay, Anne has a question. Go ahead. Oh, oh, okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. Let me repeat that. I want to make sure I'm big so you can all see what Anne said. She read about the bean stew, and someone said you can add a little bit of apple cider vinegar. She thinks maybe 1 tablespoon will help with the gas. Don't have to please soak. So that would be something wonderful to check. So thank you for sharing that. Did you have more, Ivy? Yeah, more? Right? Okay. Beth, then Patricia. Beth, can I you just go ahead and talk? Is that fine? I can. Me. Good. Sorry, my phone died into my Okay, sorry, and thank you. Okay, okay, perfect. Little break, okay. Mm. Mm. Mhm. 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 Okay. Okay. Patricia, you want to go ahead? Mhm. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, yeah. I will explain that. Yes, I will explain that. Yes, I'm going to show you the process. I will show you the process. Yes, 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 yeah. Okay. But Beth had another question. Because she just asked a question, you're explaining blah, 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 more longer. Okay? Mhm. Um, mhm, mhm, mhm. Okay, that's a good question. Okay. Really, Instant Pot companies, they have their stuff that has to follow, that have to, you can buy any company. If you like go to Walmart, some will say for Instant Pot, but really if you have a bread pan, this, really, I just looked at size. I can't remember. I bought it last year. I don't remember. I don't think it said Instant Pot on it, but now I have to. If you go to Amazon, then you type in Instant Pot accessories will come up. But at the same time, do I have to? I mean, if you have a pan at home already that fits, fine, it will work. Silicone will work. You know, she asked about glass. I don't know. I have not seen people cook in glass, and I didn't think to check that. So that wouldn't be another subject to research. Thank you for bringing that up. Okay. Other questions? Robin, with Spotlight? Mm, mm. Yeah, perfect, perfect. Okay. Carol, did you have a question? No. Okay. back to PowerPoint. Almost finished. Okay, when you first plug in the Instant Pot, light will off because you haven't set it yet. When you push maybe push rice button first round, or mine right here, it says pressure cook. It's just general pressure cook. I tend to use that all the time. I don't really use all the different buttons. I hit that and adjust the time and go ahead. So one person I read their website said for new person, easy to use that to start learning how to use the Instant Pot. Then after you're more familiar, you can play with the other buttons. More time for you to read online how they work. Okay. So I push that and then set the time. It didn't light up, it came out of the wall. This I don't need. Then, okay, you see 10, okay, 10 minutes, okay. That was the last thing I cooked, took 10 minutes. So when it finishes, then the next time I turn it on, that number pops up. But if I need 17, I have plus minus. So I can change the number, okay? Now, let me back up a little bit. First, you need to put your what? Well, first you have your pot, and you have a trivet. You use this except if you're doing soup or chili, then it's just a pot. But if you're doing vegetables or meat cooking, you use this. And then you must put water. That's where your steam and pressure come from, the water. You only need 1 cup to 1.5 cups. That's all. Water. So then you push, it will say off. You push up or down the minutes that you want, and then you put on your lid. Now, Patricia asked about the ring. Really, it's very flexible. This, let me see, metal, and you just push it. It has, this has a groove, the metal part into, so it's really easy to put. It's all, it stays, okay? Twist shut, yeah. It fits perfect, it's very easy. Can you pull it out? Can you pull it out? Mine's very soft. One thing too I wanted to mention, they do change the front all the time when they make a more one, they change the front. So mine is 2 years old. So my front may be different than yours, where the buttons are. The buttons tend to be the same, but sometimes they move them. Or I think I saw one online where the light was blue instead of red. Yeah. Okay, now. Put the lid, but then you have to move it to lock it. Open. Okay. Then lock your vent. Okay, so now I'm going to bring it down to 1 minute. Let it warm up. So you set the time, and then itself will change to on. Okay. So that starts your time to develop the pressure, the 10 to 20 minutes until it's ready. Part of that depends on how much is in it, or like if it's soup, it's pretty full, a lot of liquid, it will take longer for the pressure. But like right now, I only put water, that's it. So it probably will not take very long. Okay, now you set maybe 10 for, oh wait, okay, sorry. Patricia, you have a question? Yes, yes. Honestly, I don't really pay attention to that. I'm not all of the details. I noticed when I was checking for this workshop, some said high pressure or low pressure. But I believe most recipes I've seen, I'm not sure they even say that. So you can watch the recipe if it says high pressure or low pressure. I'm trying to remember the less normal, more. Honestly, I forgot the less normal, more what that related to. Mine's on normal. I never changed it. But I will research that more. I will let you know. Okay? Okay. Now you set for 10 minutes. Okay. So it has on when the pressure ready to start 10 minutes, the 10 will pop up and then it will go down 9 each minute will 9, 8, 7. So you can watch it going down. When you get to 0, it will automatically switch to 1. How you know? L, low, low. Now it will start counting up. L1, L2, L3, up. Okay. If you're doing natural release where you leave itself and it says 10 minutes natural release, that's how you watch. L10, you know it's ready. Okay. But the pressure may still be in there. You have to release it all before you can open it. And that's what the button is for, okay? Mine's still warming up, but when, right now my button is down. That means no pressure. So when it reaches, then the button pops up and that's when it starts cooking and the numbers start 10 down or 20 down, whatever number's there. So that's what the word pressurized is, you know, because the button tells you. Okay? When it's time, quick release or you left it natural for a while. Now you need to open. That button must be down to open. You can't open it if the button's up. Again, safety. But you have to use a tool, that picture, spatula, hold anything you can hold because it will, you don't want to be near it at all. You want to be away from it until you see the button fall. Now you can open it. Okay, mine just started on 1. I have to let it finish. I want to show you how you can stand up the lid. Can't have to wait for it to finish. Okay, last slide. This is a recipe I tried, happened to be vegan, but I wanted to explain to you how I cooked it. So I wanted you to see the picture because it looks very yummy. Okay, so now I'm going to stop sharing so I can explain to you how I cooked it. Me. Hi. Okay, me. Okay. I used satay to start, put in onions. I don't remember a full recipe, but I put in onions and mushrooms, and I browned with some oil in satay. Then add broth, some other vegetables, and so now ready to cook. But you actually pour it on mashed cauliflower. So that cooked in the bottom, then I put the cauliflower in here, I cut it, put it in here, and put that, just laid it on top of the onion mixture at the bottom. And then this closes. Then I put the lid on and cooked it. I forgot. Oh, Alexander, thank you on YouTube. Oh, no, here, I guess. Said thank you, Alexander said thank you. Then put the lid on. I cooked the whole thing at one time. So when it was finished, took out the cauliflower on my plate, one pan, one pot. So I thought it was really cool. It was fun, easy. Another example. Sometimes I wish I had two Instant Pots. Sometimes I want to cook two different things at the same time. So one friend of mine has two. I know she cooks a lot. She likes it. I honestly mostly cook vegetables. I'm just habit. I eat a lot of vegetables. So I do a lot of squash, butternut squash, spaghetti squash, lots of different squash in the Instant Pot, and other vegetables. We have done a variety, beets, artichoke that Patricia asked, that process, put in the water, put in the metal, twist it. Then you slice off just the end of the artichoke and put as many as you can fit. Depends on the size of your pot and the size of your artichokes too. Then lock it, set it for the time. I forgot now, it's probably in my phone. And cook. It looks good. Sweet potatoes take a long time. You have to cook for 18 minutes and then natural release for 15. So pressure up, then cook, then natural. So they do take a long time, but they're good. And if I'm set it, I can go and come back when it's done. So it's easy for me. Okay, this is on air now. It's been on air. Okay, one last button is your cancel button. So if you finish and you release and you take off the lid, but you forgot to push cancel, it will just stay on warm. Your L number will continue to go up. And that's the one thing I tend to forget is to click cancel. Then later on, cancel, it goes back to off. Oh, wait, to unplug it, done, okay. I didn't really bring something to release it. I want the button to go down so I can show you how the lid. Okay, I'm gonna go back to group and see if you have questions. Beth, you have a question. You want spotlight? Yeah, yeah, that stupid question about the microphone. Mhm, 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 mhm. Good question. I think it really depends on each individual. I mostly pressure cook button, but a few reasons for that. We all have different diet. I follow my diet. I don't eat grains, main rice. I don't eat rice. I don't eat oatmeal. So I don't have a reason to use that button. I don't eat beans. So I don't have a reason. So sometimes I think I'm not the best person to teach this class because I'm not experienced. But when I took class before, I did cook those for who came to class. I think my first class over probably 2.5 years ago, one person came within the spring, Feb or March, can't remember. That person had an Instant Pot from Christmas a few months before, never used it. What am I supposed to do? That's a big problem. People want, but then they don't know what to do. They don't bother to read. So she didn't know what to do. So I taught, she was the only one that showed up for the class. So I taught, one thing I taught was about beans. So she went home and she went ahead and cooked beans. And she told me later and said it worked. So I haven't tried a lot of different things. I haven't cooked a lot of meals. And like I said, I mostly cook the vegetable. I do still eat meat, so I cook on the stove most of the time. Soup, yes, and soup doesn't take very long in there. at all. Very easy to do. So I'm not necessarily the best person to ask, but at the same time, I did check like the beans because I knew several of you eat beans. So when I was looking online, that one thing I learned is it's better to read other people, their experience, because beans take different times depending on the type of bean. So it's important to read and look what you like, you can research. Does that make sense? Okay, Patricia? Sorry, that's about your microphone. Can you say it again? You're a little bit slow. Saute what? Say it again. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Okay. Alex was chatting on the side before, but I didn't see it. When I'm sharing the PowerPoint, I can't see that stuff, the chat part. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think passed. Okay. Um, thank you, Patricia. That's why I hope I give you some guidance today, but really it's good for you to read. I think this will help you to consider what you want to check more in depth, and videos too. I did watch videos when I first got it on YouTube. I did watch, another good way to learn. Any other questions? Sure. I hope you felt benefit you. Who already has the Instant Pot? Who finished? Patricia already had. Well, Beth starter and already has. Who not, who not yet? Not yet by one. Robin and Carol, okay, and Beth. So 3, 2, perfect. Okay, well, I hope that helps you if it will work for you. Yeah, yeah, sure, you're very welcome. Have a good evening. You're welcome. Bye. Love you. Love you. Miss you all. Yeah. If I close, you'll all boom. Or you can close yourself. Either way.